infrared device. So some of them are infrared, and I'll explain to you the differences. It is battery operated. The battery inside this box is designed to last a minimum of 6 years, and you will always see the battery level on our website when you open the box or on the key. So you will always know the battery, and if the battery level goes low, you will just return it to your broker. Your broker will return it to the board to swap out for a new one. So there's no, but it is designed to last a minimum of 6 years. There is a large key container inside which will hold up to 5 keys and gate cards for security, you know, in those suburbs where they have the security. It will record up to 100 transactions. So if you are the listing realtor and you are reading the box, it has stored the last 100 transactions. There is a touch and release key container, which I'll show you how it opens, but it doesn't just fall down when you open it. Obviously, you push up and down, it comes into your hand. The showing hours, this box is programmable to, you can change the showing hours on weekdays. There's a block of weekday hours, and then you would be able to change the hours on Saturdays. You know, in some religions, they don't, we were requested this, that, you know, and some people just want to sleep late on a Sunday and say, listen, I don't want anybody coming in before noon on Sunday. So you can, when you open up this lockbox, and if you have a smartphone, it'll give you the menu of what the lockbox is programmed, and you can just change the hours just by choosing it. Very, very simple to use. And then there's the one-step shackle release. When you release the shackle, the entire shackle comes off, so that it's easier to put on certain areas or certain doors or whatever. These are your choices. You are either going to go with the active key, which is the Supra key, or you're going to go with your smartphone. If you have a smartphone, we have 2 levels of service that you're going to be able to choose from: eKey Basic and eKey Professional. Let's start with the active key. The active key is really I say it looks a little bit like a Fisher-Price toy. It has this LCD screen which has a backlight if you're in a dark doorway, or if it's dark. You just put on the backlight so you can read the LCD screen. It also has a flashlight, and a pretty good one. You know how sometimes they say, oh, there's a flashlight, and you say, really? This one, actually, if you're in a dark doorway, and if the lights are off, you would see that it does work pretty well. And it has an alert button, which I'm going to tell you about. It is a wireless, did I miss a, no. It comes with, this is not a, it comes with a power connection, okay? It comes with this. This is like a cell phone. You don't have to update the key ever, but you do have to charge it. Okay, so, and you'll gauge when you need to charge it. You cannot overcharge it. This is not going to be damaged by overcharging. You can leave it plugged in for 3 weeks. It's not going to do anything to the actual device. So it comes also with a USB connection, which can attach to your computer. And that would really only be if you ever needed to, you know, if the cell tower fell down and you needed to update the key, you could go through there, or you could phone Supra for an update code. But it does automatically, wirelessly update. And all you need to do is every 4 or 5 days just make sure you always, when you put it on, the battery level is the first thing that you see. So you'll be able to gauge more or less. There is a car charger which is optional. It's $19.95. But it comes with the regular charger. Okay? So this is the active key. It's wirelessly updated. It updates through the cellular connection, obviously. But at no time when you are opening lockbox do you ever need a cellular connection. Okay? No matter what key you're using, even if you're using your cell phone, at no time are you using wireless to open lockboxes. You're either using Bluetooth or you're using infrared. So at no time do you use So if you're in an area where there's absolutely no wireless coverage, it makes no difference. You still are using infrared in this case, or Bluetooth in some of the other cases. It will automatically send showing information to SuperWeb. So if I open this lockbox, the listing realtor across town will get a notification on their keys saying, somebody's just opened your lockbox. Okay? And then all that information is available on our website. And because it's wireless, it can be deactivated immediately. So if it's lost or stolen, it can be deactivated. I told you the battery level. As soon as you put this on, the first thing you'll see is the battery level. So you'll always have an idea of how far the battery has gone. And then the active key is designed to operate in these temperatures, meaning just treat it like a cell phone. It's told, in other words, don't leave it in the car when it's extreme cold or extreme hot, because it'll, drain the battery. It will work at the lower temperatures. I know you get lower temperatures, but I'm saying just don't leave it in the car at those temperatures. Now there is an alert, what we call an alert button on this, which is actually a pretty nice feature. It's something that you can do on your cell phones just by downloading software. You can have the same thing, but it's not in place of a 911 call, but it does give you a little bit of security. It was requested, and this is the only thing we could come up with. And really what it is you will go into our website ahead of time and put in 3 people that you want notified should there be an emergency. If you're, I'll give you an example. I always think of this case when I was showing property. I was a realtor many years ago, and I was in an open house one Saturday, and it was kind of remote, off the beaten track, and this guy walked in, and I just felt a bit uneasy. And I would have liked to have had this feature. If you press that button, what's that? I didn't mean that guys were cuckoos, by the way. It just happened to be that particular one. Anyway, so when you press this button, it's silent, and that message will say, okay, so-and-so's in trouble at that address. Why does it know the address? Because when I opened the lockbox to get the key out, if I was showing property or if I'm at an open house, it records the address. So when they get this email, it'll say, so-and-so is at this address, needs assistance immediately. Please come. And it'll go to those 3 people. Okay? So it's not a GPS in here, so if I'm in the parking lot and somebody's attacking me and I press the button, it's not going to help me. Okay? It's something that if you're in a home, if you've walked into a property and opened the lockbox and you get this uneasy feeling, you can then... so that's what the alert button feature is. Now, in order to open a lockbox with this, I just want to show you how simple it is. This key opens this lockbox by infrared, not Bluetooth. So, when I put it on, it immediately tells me the battery level, and then it says obtain key, and then I press enter. And then you're going to put in your 4-digit PIN code that you're going to choose when you come to the conversion. You're going to tell them what PIN code you want. So I'm putting in my 4-digit PIN code, and I press enter, and I just point it to this little eye here, and it's already open. I push up, and down it comes into my hand. Okay, it's very quick, very simple, and that's how you open it. Now, obviously, at the conversion, you will open lockboxes with your key that you're going to be using. You can stay there as long as you like, until you are comfortable knowing how to use the product. Now, if you decide, okay, I'm not going to carry a separate key, I want to be able to use my smartphone as my key. So I would have a BlackBerry. Most of the BlackBerries are compatible. You'll see our compatible device list on our website. You can use an iPhone or you can use an Android. And most of them are compatible. Very easy to install the applications on here. On the iPhone, you would go to the App Store, and if you don't have it installed on your phone when you come, it doesn't matter, they'll help you do it. but it's very simple. If the iPhone, in fact, the